Hey there everybody, if you're new here, my name is Grant Hurst, and you are watching the first episode of my new show, The Weekly Comment. Now, what is The Weekly Comment exactly? Well, it's a current events show where I comment on recent current events. Pretty simple. Now, normally I make educational videos within the realm of history on this channel. However, if I want to make them better, I need more time to work on them, but I can't spend the number of weeks I would have to go without uploading a video not uploading a video because that would totally destroy this and any other channel more than doing that is already done. So the purpose of the show, aside from giving me the opportunity to leave comments on current events, is to give me more time to work on the history videos. Essentially, you'll be seeing an episode of The Weekly Comment every week that I do not have a regular history video ready for you guys to see. So despite the fact that this show is called The Weekly Comment, it's not going to be weekly. At least not yet. Not anytime soon. You're probably going to be seeing this show at least every other Monday. You might see it multiple weeks in a row. That just means, I'm working on a bigger video that I need more time for. And I hope that you won't have to see it more than 3 weeks in a row, but I'm not making promises about that. Anyways, now with all that out of the way, let's get to the story I wanted to talk about today. It's something that I'm certain if you're in the YouTube community, you have definitely heard of this by now, but of course that is that Viacom has purchased VidCon from, I think it was owned by Complexly, Hank Green's company where, all the Vlogbrothery stuff happens. Well, so if you're familiar with Hank Green, the Vlogbrothers, and their history on YouTube, you're probably somewhat familiar with Hank Green having a complicated past with Viacom. So on that grounds, it seemed kind of surprising that he would approve the sale of VidCon to Viacom. And when I remember hearing about the sale, one of two things came to my mind. Either Viacom simply offered him enough money, what's the old saying, everyone has a price. So I was thinking, okay, maybe that's probably the biggest reason, and regardless of what other reasons there might be, that's probably also a reason, is that a big enough price was given to him that he was willing to accept it. The other thing I was thinking about when I heard the story was maybe VidCon is not as financially successful as we in the community might think it is. After all, it's a big, expensive event, and in all honesty, they're kind of undercharging for tickets. So there's a chance that they were potentially getting rid of a financial burden that was VidCon. Of course, shortly after, Hank Green released a video on Hank's channel where he talked about his reasonings for it, and he's saying that he was okay with selling it to Viacom. He thinks enough changes have been made that he can trust them with it. And my other suspicion was somewhat fulfilled in that he was saying that, he wanted VidCon to be in the hands of some entity that could financially support VidCon. Basically, he wanted it to have more resources. And a big thing he was talking about was how VidCon is basically a pretty big company growing really fast, and it's super dangerous to have a company that's based its entire income around a single event happening successfully. Even though they've expanded VidCon to Australia and Europe, the Europe one didn't work out so well. I haven't heard about how well or not well the Australia one happened. I think it turned out better. I think the Australia one turned out better, especially because the next VidCon Europe does not include a community pass. My commentary on the event, other than why Hank Green may have sold it and what reasons he might not have told us for him selling it, is my pet concern about VidCon, which I made a video about last year after VidCon 2017, which is community creep. I don't want to spend this video talking about the details of community creep because I already made a video about it, but TLDW, community creep is when people who should be buying the lowest price ticket, the community pass, start buying higher level passes in order to see YouTubers that they can't get in contact with on the community floor. And the problem with community creep is that it kind of ruins the experience of VidCon for those who are on the creator floor. You have a bunch of these people, young people, who are not creating content and don't seem to have any plans on doing so, running around being loud and obnoxious, and worst of all, buying up creator passes that could have gone to creators. I went there last year, and I found creators with far bigger sub counts than me who could only attend VidCon by buying a community pass, which the late price for it is $150, despite the fact that the Creator Pass, the late price for it is only $50 more. And so the reason community creep happens is because the kids who are coming to VidCon buy the community passes, they're coming here to see their favorite YouTubers, you know? They want to meet MatPat, they want to meet PewDiePie, or whatever person they're here to see. You know, VidCon, in the minds of its participants, is about YouTube. Despite the fact that Hank Green, when he still owned it, and I'm pretty sure them still now, trying to say, no, it's online video. It's like, it's a YouTube convention. That's what it is in reality on the ground. You can say, oh, we have all sorts of video services. Like, no one cares about Go90. Musically, is that still a thing? I have no idea if it's still a thing. But YouTube is the only place where this online video creation happens to any relevant scale. And so, these kids want access to YouTubers. They want to meet them. That's what they want. But as it is, it's currently not doing that. If you walk around the community floor at VidCon, you will hardly see anything related to YouTube. I mean, I remember the first year I went was 2015. There were actually booths from major YouTube channels. You know, you had SourceFed with Philly D there. Yeah, I think you had the Fine Brothers. You have actual booths on the convention floor from YouTube channels. Second year, a little less of that. And then back in 2017, the only channel to have a booth on the floor was the Fine Bros. And I don't know about you, but if I was some kid who wanted to go to this YouTuber convention where all the people I watch online on a regular basis are going to be and have a chance to meet them, I would be pretty upset if I didn't get the chance to meet them. And if you bought the community pass, you probably are upset with that. And so if you go to the actual community floor, you will see a lot of television stuff, you know? It's like, Nickelodeon was a huge presence on the floor, and Nickelodeon just happens to be owned by Viacom, the company that bought VidCon. So my guess is that if either at this next VidCon or ones in the near future, you're going to be seeing a lot more Viacom properties. So this is going to be, of course, more Nickelodeon, but you're also going to see probably some more MTV, more Comedy Central, more of their properties from TV. And I don't think that's going to help the community creep problem because they're not having access to YouTubers. Now, in my community creep video, I said that this is not an easy problem to solve. And I don't know a solution to it, but we need to at least talk about it. This problem needs to become known to the YouTubing public if it's going to be, you know, solved. You know, it needs awareness is what I'm saying. And my fear with Viacom is not that they're going to deliberately make it worse, but that they're just going to make it worse by doing what was already being done before. It's like, my fear is not that they're going to change everything Hank was doing with VidCon. My fear is that they're going to do the exact same thing. So, what are your guys' thoughts on this issue? What are your thoughts on this show? Let me know down in the comments below. If you like this and my other videos, then you should go ahead and click the subscribe button if you haven't already, and make sure you click the bell icon so you don't miss videos when they're uploaded. If you want some content recommendation, I suggest that you watch my previous video about the Christ myth theory and learn about these people who think Jesus didn't exist in the flesh, regardless of whether or not you think he was a god. However, if that's not to your speed, then there should be another thumbnail on this screen linking you to some mystery video that YouTube thinks you will like. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.